that a company tried to improve in a bid to meet its corporate strategies. In case of corporate strategies, moving to the next slide, here are the typical examples of your corporate strategies. So in case of, if you go to the first part, the tangible and intangible resources, then operation capabilities, operation process, these things should be included in case of inside the organizations. Whenever you go for operation strategy with reference to your operation performance, in case of your operation strategy decision area particularly, initially the operation process and the tangible and intangible resources are directly fed in case of your operation strategy decision area. Then after, if you think about the other point of view, in case, especially in case of your customers, in that case, customer need is there, market position is there, and competitor action are there. So these are the different performance objectives should be considered. So whenever you implement effectiveness, your efficiency, or in the market environment with reference to your operation performance. So if you go to the bottom of this particular figure, especially reference to your operational strategy and performance, understanding the resources and the process. Suppose we have different type of resources and we have only one process is there. The first, whenever you go for the operational performance, we must understand the concept of different sources and different processes, which is directly, indirectly related to your operational performance. Then after you take some strategic decisions, but if you go to the performance objective point of view, first you need to understand the market, what market want, what is the need of market, and who are the competitors, what are their price strategy. That should be required for your, you consider it operation performance objectives. Moving to the next one. So basically, in case of your operational performance objectives, these 5 things should be considered. The first one is qualities. So as you know, quality is a bunch of satisfaction, which is basically offered from manufacturer to the customer. The next part is speedy or speed. In case of speed, that is directly go to the speed of delivery in the faster way or safer way. The next is dependability. The fourth one is flexibility of system, and the last one is reduce the different type of cost. So whenever you focus on operational efficiency, as far as concerning the manufacturing organizations, in that case, and so the next part. In this part, as I go to the internal effect of 5 performance objectives, as I told, the first one is your quality, speed, then dependability, then flexibility, then cost. So just think about quality. That means correct specification of product and services should be included, and these products should be error-free process. And basically, if you go to quality point of view, most of the product should be error-free, and that should be done by the error-free processes. Moving to the next part, that is speed. So basically, you have to reduce the delivery lead times. In that lead time, most of the things consider in case of your internal effect of your performance objective, that is the fast throughput is there. Then next part is your dependabilities. In case of dependability related to your dependable delivery. For dependable delivery, you have to depend upon reliable processes. Next part is your flexibility. In case of flexibilities, you have to directly focus new and frequent, and you can say that is wide range of production or product or services with option that vary the volume and delivery criteria. So in that thing, you have to go for your transportation strategy, or you directly go for your logistics strategy. And according to demand, you have the ability to change according to the demand. These are the things, and the most important thing, that is the cost. Basically, it is implemented in case of high total productivities, and if you go to the cost point of view, control the lower price for higher margins, or to potentially both, whether you have to go for low price strategy or in case of your margin strategy. So we will discuss one by one. If you go to the quality point of view, the first important objective of quality is to reduce the cost. The quality reduce the cost. In that particular point, the fewer mistakes made by each process, or that is known as error-free process by each process in the operations, the less the time will be needed to correct. the mistake and the less confusion or irritation will be spread. Basically, some operational principle is applicable in case of quality. That is, quality can be give potential and better service and the product, and it also save a huge amount of cost. That is why most of the company, like you can say, integrated organization or manufacturing organization, they have the facility like quality assurance department there, and in a regular basis they will check or go for the sampling or you can say that is inspection of particular product, whether the system is adequate or system is error free. They should be evaluated by the quality control department, and if they find any kind of confusion or irritation, that should be spread to department level as well as sub department level. And these activities are directly save a huge amount of cost whenever you go for production or whenever you go for logistic activities or whenever you go for you consider it is in case of your storing or warehousing activities. Then next is moving to the speed. Next point is speed. Basically, speed reduce inventories. For example, the material journey time is far longer than the time needed to make the product. So this longer time takes move through the process, and if you increase the time of journey of delivery, that means you have to consume a higher amount of inventories. And in case of inventory, that value should be added in case of your product. So that is why you have to optimize the different delivery, different cycle times, different lead times to reduce the percentage of inventory. That is why basically speed, or if you go to the summary of this particular point, speed reduce inventory, and in case of inventory, inventories directly or indirectly affect in case of your production. So here the operation principle is that the operation principles in case of speed can be give potential or faster delivery of service and product, and which save a huge amount of cost. The next part is that your dependabilities. So in case of dependability, it fast save times, then save money, and it keeps stabilities. So if you go to the save time, manager and workers spending time firefighting shows simple wasting times. If they have machinery and they have services, they should depends on very much valuable time would be saved to concentrate on aspect of business. So as you know, in case of management, they have a different level of you can say that is in case of organization, they have different levels. So most of the time, the top level management and middle level management are fighting against. You can say that is some operational decisions regarding maintenance, regarding planning, regarding scheduling. In that thing, it is the duty of dependability is most of the things in case of sharing the demand informations. The next part is sharing the valuable information. In that case, do not go for any kind of argument with your subordinate as well as your senior authorities. That directly lacking some you can say it, wasting. These are directly lead towards wasting of time. So that is why by the help of this operating principle with reference to dependabilities, these they are directly told about to concentrate on different aspect of business to making or to generate a huge amount of profit. The next part is that dependability save monies. If you go to this particular point, ineffective use of time translate into extra cost. So whenever you use extra time, that means as you know, in case of finance, the time is money. In that case, this particular code is directly depends or dependability to save money. Then moving to the next one, dependability gives stabilities. The disruption causes operation by a lack of dependability goes beyond time and cost. It affects the quality of operation times. So whenever you find any kind of disturbance or any kind of distortions in case of suppose in case of logistic operations, suppose in case of planning and coordinating or scheduling of any kind of job, in that case the dependability is directly beyond your saving time and cost. It also directly affect the quality of operation time also. And for this particular point, what are the operating principle is applied? The dependability can give potential for more reliable delivery for services and product, and it also saves cost. Moving to the next one, The next one is flexibilities. As I told, the flexibility, whenever the demand is increased, in that case you need to go for your capacity planning. So for capacity planning, you have to adopt some kind of flexibility. In case of product flexibility, and the second one is your mixed flexibility, the next one is volume flexibility, and the last one is delivery flexibility. So in case of product and service flexibility, the operations ability to introduce new and modify product and services. That is why most of the multinational company are easily, or they can directly go for the design and planning part to customize or to make modifications according, or you can say that is introduce new product in the market to sustain, to survive and success in the market. The next is flexibilities, the operation ability to produce wide range or mix of product and services. As I told in the last class, that if you go to the milk moo segment, especially reference to dairy, milk dairy industries, uh, in case of your rainy seasons, just UMPED is directly reject to receive the raw milk. But the thing that in case of milk moo, or if you take the cases of your Amul industries, in that case they are directly go for wide range of product. So that is known as mixed flexibility. Moving to the next part, that is volume flexibility. The operation ability to change its level of output or the activity to produce different quantities or different volume of product or services over time. So depending upon the demand information arise by the customer point of view, the operation manager or operation executive is responsible to change the level of output according to the demand information. The last one is delivery flexibilities. In case of delivery flexibilities, it is the operation ability to change the timing of delivery of service and product. Most of the things is depend upon the, you can say that is customer oriented or customer focused. So here the principle is applied, or the operation principle is applied in case of flexibility, is that it can give the potential to create new service and products in a wider variety with different volumes, with different delivery dates, as well as save cost. So if you go to the website of Flipkart, whenever you order a particular things, it directly provide a various type of flexibility in case of your cosmetic, whether it should be in case of your computer accessories. And in this regard, they provide the different, you can say that is different type of services or different type of volume also. And they also provide the delivery rate, as well as you can, if you go to higher volume of or number of product is increased, they are providing a huge amount of discount on that. That directly reflect to save the cost, especially reference to product purchase. Moving to the next one, the last and most important thing is that all operations have an interest in keeping their cost as low as is compatible with level of qualities. That is, I just repeat, all the operation have the interest is keeping their cost as low as is compatible with level of qualities, then speed, then dependability, and the flexibility that their customer required. So basically, the cost measure that is most frequently used to indicate how successful the operation is at doing this particular productivity. So here the principle is used. The cost is always important objective for operation management. Even the organization does not compete directly on price. So that is why they directly go for cost optimization in case of transportation, in case of sourcing, in case of production, in case of quality control, in case of storing, in case of warehouse, in case of, you can say that is through the different intermediate, they will provide some optimization of cost, and that directly enhance your business strategy for competitive advantages. Okay, till date, any doubt from your side, anyone? That I told this particular theory, this paper is belong to theories only.
Sir, dependability. I have a doubt.
Okay, just a minute. I will go to that particular slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you go to the first point, if you go to the summary of dependability will save the time. So if you go to the point number one, manager and worker spending time with firefighting shows. So if you go to any kind of organization, suppose you go to in your industrial visit, you have already visited Shakti Sugar. Yes or no?
No, sir. We have gone Akshapatra. Yes, sir.
Akshapatra Foundation. Okay. In case of Akshapatra Foundation, there is no, that should be done by your ISKCON NGO. But the thing is that if you go to any kind of process industry or any kind of product industries, they have different departments are there, and that department are unnecessary arguing or firefighting with production related issues. So that dependability will directly break the barrier between department and interrelated department. That is the concept of time saving. So whenever you unnecessarily argue with purchase department, why you are not providing this thing, but the thing that the cost of the product or that machine will be very much higher side. It is difficult to provide the inventories. Clear? मान लो परचेस डिपार्टमेंट को तुमने एक ऑर्डर दिया जिसका कॉस्ट सबसे ज्यादा है. In that case, what will happen? The finance department will be interfere. Why the production department is asking for that a high range of product? We have different alternatives are there. Clear? In that means what? We are not focusing on the common goal of organization. We are just wasting our time. That is the concept of dependability. That means we are directly dependent on purchase department. But the interference of finance department, that means what? The unnecessary argue or this argument is there, and due to that argument, it will take 2 to 3 days for granting the or for providing the authorization to purchase that particular product. That is the concept of dependability, save times. The next part is dependability, save money. Ineffective use of time. That means suppose you have assigned 4 to 5 number of worker to a particular workstation. So as you know, in case of Indian scenario, whenever you assign 4 to 5 people for a work, whether should be a civil work, whether should be a mechanical work, whether should be some electrical fixing work, in that case, they first remove their clothes, then wearing the safety belt, then go to the nearby, then taking puja, all of them. These are considered the ineffective use of times, because the main objective is that they have to spend 8 hours, and that 8 hours are directly for the increase the efficiency or maintain the machine in a smoothly manner, that the production flow should be in a sequence manner, and that should be enhanced to produce more quality of product. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next part is dependability gives stability. So suppose due to you can say that is if you go to think about the Odisha state scenario, especially reference to industrializations. In every industry, there will be 2 to 3 number of unions are there. So due to that union interference or distortions, the directly dependability goes to increase the time and cost also. तो that also affect the quality of operation time. अगर मान लो कंपनी में स्ट्राइक कंटिन्यूसली हो रहा है, प्रोडक्शन में क्या होगा? That production will be affected by that disruptions caused by the lack of operation, lack of dependability. People are not involved in that case. So it is that lead towards what? To lead towards affect the quality of operation time as well as the quality of operation also. So that is why dependability can give potential and more reliable delivery for the service and the product, and it also reduce the cost, or we can save a huge amount of cost. Moving to the next one. The next one is what is operational performance management. So in case of operational performance management, if you go to point number 1, is the alignment of all business unit within organization. So what are the different unit of organization? If you take the example of for example, you can tell the company name. I will give the examples. Yes, anyone? You can tell any company name. I will give the example as far as concerned with operation performance management. Anyone? Yes. Sarthak Das.
Sir, Tata.
Okay, fine. So in case of Tata, especially reference to Tata Steel, suppose. In case of Tata Steel, there is basically the steel industry are known as integrated organizations. In case of integrated organizations, they have finance department is there, they have purchase department is there, they have store department is there, they have production department. Then next part is the quality control department is there. The next part is utility department is there, and the common maintenance department is there. That means whenever you implement the operation performance management, that alignment of all business units, starting from the purchase, store, finance, productions, quality control, your utility and maintenance department within the organization. These are the internal business unit of this particular organization, to ensure that they are working together to achieve the core business goal. So what is the core business goal? To making profit. That is why most of the company are called profit making organizations. And this term is vastly used nowadays also. If you take the case of Tata Steel, specially reference to your Jajpur Industrial State, specially reference to your Tata Bhushan Limited near Jharsuguda, if you take the cases of Tata Steel Jamshedpur, in that case, they have so many internal department or business units are there. They are co-related to each other. Whenever you applied the operational performance management, the basic function of operational performance management is to alignment of all business unit inside the organization for working together to achieve the common goal, that is known as making profit. The next part is that in manufacturing, there is they are using the operational performance software.
Sir, sir,
Yes,
align all business units means
within the
suppose Tata
organization.
Steel business.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Tata Steel business and its units alongside the location or
No, no,
whole
no.
Tata.
That is already written. Don't confuse on that particular things. The alignment of all business unit within an organization. जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर जो बिजनेस यूनिट है, फॉर एग्जांपल परचेस डिपार्टमेंट इज डिपेंड अपॉन फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट, प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट इज डिपेंड अपॉन परचेस डिपार्टमेंट. So these are the different business unit, because without purchase department, the finance department, or without production department, the total organization cannot be run. So these are the different small, or you can say the business units are there. For example, in case of quality controls, they need your quality control equipments, quality control chemicals are there. So in that things, they directly provide a invoice, and that invoice directly goes to purchase department. On the prior approval of your finance department, that should be goes to via purchase department to the quality control department. So these are knowledge on internal department within the organization. That is why if you go to the point number one, alignment of all business unit within any organization. But you are talking about the different sub units of Tata Steel. Yes or no? Hello.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next part is that if you go to the is the PPT visible?
yes, sir.
Okay. In case of operation, or sorry, in case of manufacturing, so the operation performance management software integrate and analyze the data from variety of plant sources and translate raw data feed into accountable information. So by if you think about operation performance management software, basically used in case of manufacturing industries, where they can collect various type of data from the different plant sources, and that data directly fed into accountable information. For example, in case of consumption of coal, special reference to Tata Steel, they have so many number of resources are available. There are so many number of companies are available. But the thing is that if you go to bidding procedure, you have to choose the lower cost, and that is the actionable information collected from that sources. The next part is the data is packaged expression of report and key performance indicator dashboards. Most of the company are use key performance indicator whenever they go for sourcing activities, so that that information can be viewed in the context of your companies, and you have to choose the right one. In case of that is the cost is lower side, and in the company is very much financially stable. That's these are the most important point whenever you applied this particular data package, especially reference to making a report or expression of reports, of report and key performance indicator dashboard should be used against number of plant sources or number of company sources. Moving to the next part, the benefit of operation management, operation performance management. The operation management involves similar management for every industry, starting from planning, organizing, staffing, monitoring, controlling, directing, and motivating. These are the significant elements basically included in case of operation management. The next part is that to improve overall productivities, The next is operation management is the heart of organization. As I told in the last class, as it is control the entire operations, starting from the planning to your motivating people to different level. The next is the optimization of resources leading to enormous profit of organization. So whenever you go for optimize the planning, organize and staffing, monitoring, controlling, special reference to quality, then directing people's and motivating people's, these are directly utilize the different resources and which lead to making more profits. And the last point is it play a crucial role in case of an organization as it handle issues like design operation, maintenance of system, use for production goods. So most of the things starting from if you most of the things should be considered, but the thing is that whenever you focus in case of design and operation point of view or maintenance point of view, the this particular software or you can say that this particular operation performance management will directly increase your productivity and the production of goods. So here I am talking about the maintenance of system. In case of maintenance system, respect to every industries, they are directly go for day by day maintenance or weekly maintenance or monthly maintenance. In some cases, they will took around 1 year and 2 years for shutdown. So that is yearly shutdown should be considered in case of maintenance work, especially reference to electrical maintenance, especially reference to mechanical maintenance. These are things. Moving to the next one. Then the next one is operation strategy framework. I just highlight those things. In case of operation strategies, the operation strategy provide the ability to improve product and service and the process. Point number two is to develop the strategy, consider the business, corporate strategy, and a market need analysis. So I have a questions for you. What is the operation strategy of Coca-Cola? Anyone? कोकोकोला का ऑपरेशन स्ट्रेटेजी क्या है? व्हाट इज द ऑपरेशनल स्ट्रेटेजी ऑफ कोकोकोला? एनीवन?
Sir, most of all, it give a huge amount of incentives to its dealers and
No.
try to stay loyal to them.
No, no, no. Yes, anyone? What is the strategy of कोकोकोला? कोकोकोला कौन सा स्ट्रेटेजी यूज करके मतलब मार्केट में सक्सेस है अगेंस्ट पेप्सी? चिनू? In case of India, Coca-Cola is basically use rural marketing strategy. They never go for corporate house. But if you compare with your Pepsi, Pepsi is type with your KFC, PVR Cinema, Inox. Clear? But the thing in case of global, in case of rural strategy, if you go to the rural area of Khordha district or Noida district, even Puri districts, you can easily find the Coke product. Even if the interior part of Odisha, where you can say you can easily get the product of Coke because they are directly focused on rural India. And for rural India, they are using a hub and spoke model. I will tell in case of the supply chain management, but think that in case of sourcing management, the strategy should be focused on marketing rural area. That is the strategy. And for that strategy, they are using hub and spoke model. That means a centrally operated distribution center in case of Bhubaneswar, and with the radius of around 200 kilometers, they will deliver the particular product. That is the strategy, especially reference to rural part of Odisha or rural part of India also. So here, if you go to strategy point of view, if you go to just repeat the point number one, operational strategy provide ability to improve product, services, and processes. Clear. The next part is that to develop strategy, consider the business and corporate strategies. For operational strategy, you must need to consider about corporate as well as business strategy, and also you go for the market analysis. Then after you consider the competing priority of cost, qualities, the next is time and the flexibility. The next part is that how you handle them. Point number 4 is that to exist in the market or to survive in the market, you need to acceptable qualities, price, reputation of that or year in business, and reliability is most important thing. And after that one, if you go to point number 5, the actual win more orders in the market, the factors change a bit. It need winning quality or price or speed of delivery, and consistency of delivery and reliability should be considered. So whenever you implement operational strategy, for example, in case of automobile sectors, so which company, especially reference to two-wheeler bikes, which company sells more bike across India? Which bike company?
Honda or
Not
Hero?
Honda. That is Hero.
Hero.
Okay. Why Hero? If you go to the segment of 100cc bike, in that case, Hero is leading the market. The thing that why he leading the market, because their strategy is that they focus on middle class peoples and those who are travel by by walkings or travel by local transport or travel by three wheelers. In that case, they will prefer that particular thing. That is the strategy of company. That is why they directly go for pricing strategy, quality strategy, and in case some timely deliver. If you go to the hero segment, with reference to two-wheeler bike segment, they have so many type of intermediates are there. One is your authorized dealer is there. Then under the authorized dealer, they have made so many type of sub dealers are there, and they can directly focus on rural areas where people can be easily bring that particular bike with the affordable price. That is the strategy. Moving to the next one, I'll show the some famous companies and their strategy. Here, the global strategy option and activities related to the company in international strategy. If you go to the Intel point of view, Intel is applied that is known as global strategy, especially in case of which one? Anyone? Intel किस वजह से famous है?
Software.
I'm talking about global strategy. That is microchips. Is yes? Anyone? Intel is used global strategy for which product?
Software, sir.
अरे सॉफ्टवेयर नहीं देता, प्रोसेसर देता है, इंटेल प्रोसेसर. इंटेल जो आता है तुम्हारा, जहाँ पे तुम्हारा लैपटॉप का मतलब जहाँ पे है माउस का जो प्रोजेक्ट जहाँ पे है उसके बाजू में नहीं लगता कोर i5, दैट इज द प्रोसेसर, and it is the largest producer of processor across India. That is why, sorry, across world. That is why they are using global strategy. Yeah. They have tie-up with so many multinational brands like your HP, like Samsung, like Asus. The next part is in case of Coca-Cola with reference to global strategy, they are used transitional strategy for rural part of. In case of India, they are focused on rural India, but in case of globally, they are used transitional strategy. That means they have different transit networks is there. Similarly, in case of McDonald's, they have multi-domestic strategy. That means in case of multi-domestic strategy, McDonald's directly purchase the spices, the agri product from the local market. Similarly, in case of Procter and Gamble, they have the multi-transitional strategy. That means they are directly tie off with some localized or some localized agent or localized companies, and through that particular company, they should be launch their particular product. If you go to the next part, Starbucks are also use multi-domestic strategies. They would already tie up with Tata Group, but the thing is that Tata Group is the largest owner of number of coffee estate as well as tea estate. So that is why they tie up with multi-domestic strategy. They directly outsource the particular product from Tata's and Tata associated companies. Clear? So moving to the next part, if you go to the operational strategy framework, first you have to identify the customer needs. Is the slide is visible? Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
First you have, first you have to go to the customer needs. If you have old product, then you must go for new product. The next part is the competitive dimension and requirement. So in case of competitive dimension, you have to take care about the pricing strategies, the quality strategy. The next part is the delivery strategy. In case of competitive dimension requirement, you must depend upon the operational framework like quality, dependability, speed, flexibility, and the last one is cost or price. Then after you directly focus on enterprise capabilities. So in case of enterprise or organization capabilities, as you know, in case of organization, we have operation and supplier capabilities. Sorry, in case of organization, the operation capability and supplier capability should be analyzed. In case of operation capability, we have research and development, we have technology, we have systems, we have people, and we have distribution manforce is there, or distribution. We can say it is distribution concept is there, which include logistic part or your loading or loading activities. The next part is they are using inbound and outbound logistics. Then after that, you need a different type of support platform or supportive system. So what are the supporting system? For research and development, technology, system, people, and distribution, you need financial management. And in case of people, we need human resource. In case of technology, we need information. So whenever you take the support activities, starting from financial management, human resource management, and information management, these are the supportive activities which directly enhance your research development, technology, system, people, more skilled people, and distribution strategy. That should be directly enhance the operational as well as your software capabilities for a particular enterprise. Then after you made some strategy to beat the market, to success in the market against more number of competitors. So moving to the next one, in case of operational strategy framework, if you go to the core objectives, the core objective of operational strategy is growth, survive, the next is profit, the next is return on investment, and other financial measures. But in case of marketing strategy, the product market and segment is there, the marketing range is there, marketing mix is there, marketing volume is there. The next is standardization and customization is there, and level of innovation is very much required for marketing strategy. The next part is leader versus your follower alternative is there. But in case of order winning criteria, in that case, what is the strategy? The price is the most important strategy. That next one is the confirmation of quality. The next is speedy delivery. Then delivery reliability is there. Volume of flexibility is there. Color change, special reference to your product, and product range is given is there. Product design is there. Brand image or logo is there. Technical support in case of your information technology, and after sales support is very much necessary. Whenever you think about some automobile companies or some air conditioning company, they will provide various type of sales after supports. But if you think about manufacturing strategy, that should be divided into two types. The first one is process choice strategy, another is infrastructure strategy. In case of process choice, choice of alternative process. If you are not able to beat the market through your process, and your process is lacking lack of quality, in that case you just switch on to alternative processes. The next part is trade-off embodies in case of process choice. The next is role of inventory and process configuration is there. The next point is make or buy decision and supply chain management. The next is capacity size, capacity timing, and capacity location is most important as far as concerned with process choice. But in case of infrastructure, these are the basic support in case of your operations. The next is in case of infrastructure, that is manufacturing planning, control, system include. And in case of your infrastructure, the layout is very much important as far as concerned with your manufacturing planning. The next is quality assurance and control is there. The next is manufacturing system engineering is there. Then clerical procedure is there for documentation. Then compensation agreement is there. And the last one is work structure of your machines, your people who are directly or indirectly involved in that particular organization. And the last one is most important thing, that is known as organizational structure. That is the different level of your organization that should be strictly mentioned or strictly applied in case of manufacturing strategies. So before going to that one, I will show the next part. So what is the concept, or what kind of strategy should be adopted by Royal Enfield to beat the market against the more number of multinational competitors? Anyone? रॉयल एनफील्ड ने कौन सा स्ट्रेटेजी इंप्लीमेंट किया था ताकि रॉयल एनफील्ड पूरा मार्केट को मतलब compete कर चुका है, और it is the only one company who succeeds in the market. What kind of strategy he has implemented for making profit, for making sustainable Anyone? Yes, anyone?
Sir, from operation point of view or from the look point of view, I know from the look point of view, many of Honda heroes they make a standard bike of low cc. So Royal Enfield make products for the bulky persons with a some heavy cc, so that they can travel for a long run. That is not
Okay.
possible in case of other bikes.
No, no, I'm asking about you. Your strategy is good as far as concerned with Hero and Honda bikes. But why Royal Enfield is just beat the market across India, across Asia also? What kind of strategy he has used? Anyone? You are telling about design and you are telling about the capacity of engine, that is cubic compression, that is CC, that is 350. Is it clear? Sarthak Das,
Yes, sir.
Royal Enfield ର କ'ଣ strategy ଥିଲା? What is the strategy of Royal Enfield that he will compete the market against
Sir,
more number of?
Sir, Royal Enfield mostly applied the four-piece strategy, and it is more famous because it what it occupies the idea and what the consumer wants, what the customer wants. It made that.
Okay, I will show that particular case study how a single person can change the whole scenario of Royal Enfield. If you go to that particular slide, his name is Siddharth Lal. He is the CEO of Eicher Motors and CEO of your Royal Enfield. Okay, तो if you go to that particular slide, 55,000 रुपये से 7 करोड़ रुपए कैसे सिद्धार्थ लाल ने रॉयल एनफील्ड को डुबाने से बचाया. Clear? So just think about this particular company. So it is tie up. This is a multinational company tie up with Eicher Motors. तो इंडिया में जितना भी रॉयल एनफील्ड बनता है, that is under the flagship of Eicher Motors. And he's the CEO of your Royal Enfield. His name is Siddharth Lal. Clear? Basically, he's a management graduate, and his strategy is known as turnaround strategies. I will show that particular slide. So in case of CEO of Royal Enfield, he just joined in the year 2002 at the age of 26, aiming to end the unit losses. Clear? तो आइचर मोटर ने क्या किया, उसको मतलब ज्वाइन करवाया फॉर face the huge amount of losses in case of your Royal Enfield. From 2002 to 2004, he worked for Royal Enfield headquarters in Chennai. As you know, most of the Royal Enfield is manufactured in case of Chennai plant. But due to his initiations, they will expand in case of your another unit in case of Maharashtra also. So introducing the cost cutting measures, as I told that you have to directly, whenever you go for operational measurement or operational strategy framework, to directly focus on cost optimizations. And in case of cost optimization, as I told, the first one is your qualities, the next part is your product, the next one is dependability, the flexibility, and the last one is cost. So basically, they have the five number of measures is there, and in that five number of measurement, he just choose the cost cutting measures, and the products operate honestly at the age 26. He seemed to be fun to do it in to eat, ride, and talk. So he's the he's famous for his he's a solo traveler and he love to eat, sleep, ride, all the things. Moving to the next part, if you see the scenario, the strategy is known as turnaround or turnaround management strategy. So in case of turnaround management strategy, is a process dedicated to corporate renewal, and it uses analysis and planning to save troubled companies and return them to solvency solvents, and to identify the reason for the failing performance in the market and rectify them. That is the concept of turnaround. I repeat, it is a process dedicated to corporate renewals. It is huge analysis and planning to save troubled companies, to return them to solvenance and to identify the reason for the failure performance in the market and rectify them. If you go to the turnarounds management point of view, this involves management reviews, then the root failures or root failure cause analysis, or the next part is the SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat analysis to determine why the company is failing. That is the concept of turnaround. So if you think technical point of view, or in case of technical point of view, the first thing basically include in case of turnaround management, it is known as a retrenchment. The retrenchment is a strategy of turnaround management, describe a wide range of short-term actions to reduce financial losses, to stabilize the company, and to work against problem. That causes the poor performance. The next part is repositioning. In case of repositioning, especially reference to entrepreneur or enterprise, the entrepreneurial strategy attempt to generate revenue with new innovations, change in the product portfolio and the market position. In case of new revenue or generation of new revenue, especially reference to innovation, they directly eliminate the heavy parts from that particular bike. तो पहले क्या होता था बाइक that bike will produce a huge amount of vibration and noise. They directly reduce that particular noise and vibrations. They remove heavy parts from the bikes. That means most of the Indian customers are focused on mileage. So whenever you remove unwanted parts and heavy parts from the bike, it directly affect your mileage in the form of leading the mileage or increase the mileage. The next part is that replacement. The replacement is a strategy where top management or chief executive are replaced by new ones. तो उनका पहले जो भी था CEO, that should be changed or replaced by Siddharth Lal. The next strategy is the renewal. So in case of renewals, a company pursues long-term action, which are supposed to end the successful managerial performance. So these things, starting from the retrenchment, reposition, replacement, and renewal things, are basically included in case of turnaround management, which are dedicated for corporate renewal, and it uses analysis and planning of troubled companies to rectify them. That is the concept of turnaround. So if you go to that particular point, I'll just quickly go through these particular things. So they firstly go for design part, then go for execution, and the last important thing is marketing. Okay. And I do not read this particular thing. In case of design part, I have already told they just remove the unwanted part. This is the most challenging things because they never change the legacy in case of design of Royal Enfield. The next part is that execution. In case of execution, special reference to Chennai plant, they are highly skilled people. In case of manufacturing of complex part, in case of employment of new machines, and that lead to increase the efficiency of production. तो पहले उस प्लांट में क्या होता था, मतलब 100 से 200 होता था, but during his period, the company or the manufacturing unit, special reference to Chennai plant, will increase the production up to 1500 number of Royal Enfield per day. The next part is that the marketing strategy. In case of marketing, they are listed in case of your Indian Stock Exchange, as far as concerned with National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. And these, you can say that is they are directly taking more amount of investors, and these create inside the company and fully credit to the stock price. So in case of marketing, one part they are registered in case of your stock exchange for funding for different type of investors, and another part in case of marketing, they are sponsoring various types of rally activities. Those who are travel from Delhi to Ladakh, the Royal Enfield will be bear the sponsorship against number of troops. So these things will be attract more amount of young mass towards that particular product. So moving to the next one, if you go to the next part, and he himself involved in case of the manufacturing. This is the image belong to the Chennai plant where he himself involved in case of production activities. And if you go to next part, this is the first image of Royal Enfield during 1901. It is the most a decade after being founded by Royal Enfield procedure. It is the first ever motorcycles in case of England. But nowadays we have see variety of models are there. Starting these are the things, stylish, all proposed, long distance, then sports, and the hilly use, These are the different segment. Moving to the next part, in case of special edition, this is the special editions. In case of Royal Enfield, only 15 limited edition Steels Black Classic 500 motorcycles for National Security Group Expedition 2017. तो जो 26/11 को जो अटैक हुआ था, those who are directly those soldier of NSC group who are directly involved, तो उनके लिए रॉयल एनफील्ड ने ये स्पेशल एडिशन बनाया था जो 15 ब्लैकेट कमांडो उसमें इन्वॉल्व हुए थे. Clear. And for that victory, they wish to travel all over the India with this particular bikes. And for this particular edition, the Royal Enfield just customized this logo. You see this particular logo. In that logo, they have written the NSC Blackhead Commando and this motorcycle. The edition was written. Moving to the next one, this is the most competitive your advertise against Bajaj Dominar because he is the only one competitor versus Royal Enfield in the segment of 350cc bikes. Clear. Then moving to the next one, with the global ambassadors for that is Jeff Martin is the global ambassador for your Royal Enfield and he's a guitarist. If you think about the Indian scenario, there is a temple which is known as Om Baba temple, which is dedicated to Royal Enfield. Clear. So these things will be attract more number of potential customers towards the legacy of that particular, and it is due to the, we can say that is the due to the turnaround strategy as far as concerned with the first one is your quality, the second one is dependability, the next is flexibility, the next one is your cost. That should be implemented in a such a way that most of the young mass will be attracted towards this particular brand. And the thing is that in the year 2015, they will produce the highest production efficiency. They will reach up to the highest production efficiency that will surpass 1500 units for a single day. And for that things, the company will provide a huge amount of incentive as well as bonus to the worker who are directly involved in the production activities. So this is a typical case studies. Moving to the next one. Just a minute. So in case of, I think time is, hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's all from my side. In the next class, we'll discuss another one. We are only 2 minutes there. Any doubt from your side, anyone?
No, sir.
Yes, Sangram.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Sir, today we have another class at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. that is supply chain management.
Oh, sir, it is written OS in 4 p.m. routine.
Oh, that is supply chain management. Okay. That I have already told the authority to change that one. That is not OS, that is supply chain management. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's all from my side. Clear? Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.